Hi, Stephen Downs again. Back to the e-learning 3.0 course. Just something quick, because I thought you might want to see this. And for those of you who are running Grasshopper, you might want to see how to do this. So I'm checking the feeds in Grasshopper, and so we'll zip over there and take a look at what I'm checking. So just zipping over, here we go. So here I am in Grasshopper, right? So click make list feeds. I could also do find data list feeds. So okay, here are my feeds, and here's one I need to review. As you can see, I've reviewed a few already just to make sure everything works before I show a video, because I don't always do that. So okay, I'm going to click on edit. That's the little edit icon there, and I'm going to click on harvest, and as we can see right now it's on hold. I'm going to click approved. Now I have to click on edit again because it doesn't update properly, something to fix. But I click edit again, click harvest again, and you see how it's changed to green, and most importantly, this little harvest button has shown up. Now when this little harvest button is here, because it's green, I can harvest it. I'll just click on that. Now I'm harvesting the feed. And what do I got? I've got save item, listening to George and Stephen machines, humans and learning, and save item, I am reading this. Okay, so what these are, these are a couple of new items that have come in. So what I can do, there's a few ways to get at this, but what I can do is I'll go to find data and then list link. Okay, so here's I am reading this, and here's this, and I don't know what that is. Don't know where that came from. Maybe it was from another harvest. It might be in the middle of a harvest. I'm afraid to look at it now. Anyhow, so I'm going to click on, I'm just going to click on the title of I am reading this. And you might think, okay, nothing has happened. But now click on the reader, and here's the reader. Now, like I say, there's other ways to get at this. If you click on the Grasshopper icon, anytime you get to this home page, and then you can click on read what's new, and again you'll go into the reader, which doesn't seem to have loaded properly. Huh. Oh, weird. So do it this way. It looks like JavaScript didn't load properly there. I might have missed it when I was moving it over. But this is the reader. I don't know why that didn't. It should have worked. I may be stubborn and try once more. Read what's new. No. Anytime you get problems like this, reload it. But yeah, I've sort of been working on the reader, so not recently, but a while back, so that might just be how it looks at the moment. Yeah, well, there's my proper buttons. So anyhow, so the reader goes from, on the left is earlier, on the right is later. So here, if I click here, I'm going back to the very first link in the list. If I click here, I'm going to the most recent link in the list. People think it's sort of backwards, but you're sitting on link 1. Let's go all the way to the most recent. This still might not be working, so 33 of 33. I don't know why it's not loading some JavaScript. Okay, I'm just going to bail from that. We'll go back to find data, list link, click on the title, and there it is. So still works the same way. This is old, this is new. Anyhow, so well, this is Dog Tracks. Okay, hi Dog Tracks. So here he is. This is something from a few days ago that I didn't post. Sorry, Dog Tracks. Pretty sure I didn't post this. Let's check just in case, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm only checking because I posted a bunch of them manually. But I don't think I posted this because it might come up as a duplicate link. But I'll just look through here. Already, look at all the posts in this course. This is actually quite a bit of content. No, I haven't. So I can stay in the reader here. Now, what I want to do, this is, as you may have seen, a link. The way the harvester works is it stages content. So the stuff comes in. The stuff comes in to the harvester, and then it's stored as a link. And then later on, I can store it as a post. And it's a post that actually gets published. The reason for this is I don't want to automatically publish everything that comes in. That would be crazy. I don't even want to keep everything that comes in. And in Grasshopper, after a while, links that you don't do anything with, they'll just sort of disappear. If you do something with it, they'll stay. In this case, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to turn it into a post. See this button here that says AutoPost? Now I'm going to click on AutoPost, and not a whole lot happens. This edit post thing doesn't seem to work for some reason, but we can click on Make List Posts, and we'll see how this has been converted into a post. So what's going to happen later is when the newsletter prints out, it'll include this. So let's go back, and now you've seen the whole process, right? So let's go back to the, well, I just go back to the reader. Oh no, it won't be there anymore because I was editing a post. Oh no, I am in the reader. Never mind. So this will be the mysterious one, which I'm afraid to look at. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Can't be good. And then the one before that, it's a little slow. It's because I'm doing this from my office, and I'm doing a live video broadcast, and maybe the website at the other end isn't that fast. I should have nice responsive buttons. Okay, so here's the next one from Dog Tracks. This date here indicates the date that it was harvested. I should change that in some way. So these are some comments that he's made on the conversation I had with George. Sorry, I'm reading it. I thought I had read this, but it doesn't look familiar, so cool. So I'll post this, and there we go. Later on, you'll see how this is all done automatically. So let's go back to the feeds, list feeds again, because now we're done his feed, right? So, all right. So now we have Laura Ritchie's feed. I think he must have just loaded it. Maybe he just loaded it, because I don't. Anyhow, so this is Laura Ritchie's feed. Same thing. Click on Harvest, Approved, and now click on Edit again. Again, I'll write some code so that when I change this status, these buttons will change. It's just a one-liner, but now I'll harvest her feed. I'm sure this will work fine. This is interesting. Oh wait, no, it's not coming from Grasshopper. It could be coming from Grasshopper. All right, but it isn't. It's coming from something, probably WordPress. Yeah, it looks like it. So, okay, so a bunch of duplicate entries because I've already linked to some of her stuff. Yeah, and that looks like You see, one of the things to notice too, there's other harvesters don't do this, okay? It's not just harvesting the feed. Yeah, it's harvesting the feed, but it's analyzing it and pulling it apart and doing stuff with it. So look at this, new media record. There's an MP3 here. If we look at list media, can you tell I'm excited? Look at this, soundscape.mp3. So let's look at that. The others here, they're, I don't know what they are. Got some screenshots. You know, there's different media. I think this is the first audio that I've harvested from anywhere. So here it is, right? So here's the URL. Now, I can, and I'll show you how to do this later, I can take the incoming MP3s like this and create a podcast. I take the MP3s that come in and I create a podcast page, and then I can listen to them. So I'll show you all how to do that. I'll set that up in this course later. But for now, I just want you to see, right? You know, so it pulls out all the media, saves the images, it saves the MP3 files, or at least, you know, the metadata. It doesn't actually download it. If you have a YouTube video embedded in there, it saves that. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't know what, here's a JPEG, typical cylindrical. You know, I just don't know what some of these things are, right? But I've got them, or at least, you know, the metadata of them. So if I ever wanted, you know, for example, I could create a feed of all of the images that people sent in, or, yeah, whatever. Okay, I digress. Where was I? I really digressed, didn't I? So, right, so I was looking at her stuff. Well, let's look at the posts. I'm not sure if any of hers were new. I think some were, or at least one were. Oh, that means I have to look at the links. So let's list link. All right. Okay, so again, this is all of her stuff, right? Not just the link to the eLearning 3.0 course. So she writes other stuff too. I'm not sure if any of these things have to do with eLearning 3.0, but we'll just take a quick look. Penny drops, okay. And we're not going to see the description here. That's the content. That's too bad. So I'll have to edit each of these. It's not caption. It's not capturing the description on these. I don't know why. So it got all the media. I got the MP3 files, but for some reason I don't have the description. Maybe there is no description. I just don't know. I'll have to analyze that and figure that out. You know, at least I'm getting the links, so, and the titles, so it's, you know, it's not like I'm getting nothing. Let's look at penny drops and the light stays on. And because, you know, paste and go. And cat, candle. So one of the things you can do too, like if you're editing, right? So, you know, you just cut and paste as well. That's what I was doing when I was doing it manually. No, this appears to have nothing to do with eLearning 3.0. Doesn't look like any of her links have to do with eLearning 3.0. I'm sure one of them did, because she installed it and it worked. She installed Grasshopper and it worked. But did she blog about it? I'm sure she did. Link again. So Okay, well, it's a mystery. Let's move on to the next feed. I'll have to go back to that feed and figure out why it was weird. See, normally now what I would do now is just say, okay, there's something odd that's happened here. I don't know what, you know, I'll just, oh, well, for one thing, I'm not on the right website anymore. Okay, find data, list link. Oh, there it is, installing Grasshopper. Yeah, okay. So this one I know has something to do, well, you can see the hashtag right there. So again, we don't have the description, but what I'm going to do is, okay, we're going to, first things first, we're going to, well, why don't I just do it here? I'll just, so let's go to her page. Page. I'll just take some text. Usually I just take the beginning. See, when you're writing for the web, you should write in what's called the inverse pyramid. So basically what that means is you write the most important stuff first. And so that if somebody reads only one paragraph, they know basically what your entire article is about. So I'm just going to put that in here. This is the harvested link still, but okay. And now, now I'll view it in the viewer, or in the reader. I renamed it once, I keep forgetting. So here it is, and now I'm going to AutoPost, and it'll AutoPost, and now that'll be in today's newsletter. So let's go back to the feeds. Okay, so what's next? Learning complexity. Anyhow, you got the idea. I'm going to keep doing this for another, I don't know how long. Won't be too long. It's fairly quick once you get going. It would be faster if everything was faster, but it's not. But that's, you know, reading your feeds, harvesting your feeds, reading them, sometimes having stuff go wrong because life is not perfect and there's still bugs, and then posting them as auto posts, and then you can go in and edit the post and do whatever you want with it. You know, what's really nice is, like I say, the harvester will grab all the media for you. It'll store the audio, it'll store the video as separate media files, and you can do stuff with those. It'll also find the author and the feed, of course, right? So it'll associate these posts with those. So if you're listing, you know, if you look at the author, you see a list of all the posts underneath the author's name, etc. So because it's all associated data, it's not just aggregating pages, it's aggregating data. And as it aggregates data, it creates a graph out of this data. So we have a graph from this harvest. We have a graph made up of posts, well, of links, posts, audio, video in some cases, photographs, all those media, authors, and feeds. And that's just now, right? And I'll show you how to do some other stuff that'll help build out your graph automatically as you harvest. So that's it for now. I'll let it run a little bit after, just in case it stops earlier. But I've discovered that reducing the size of XSplit on my screen does seem to make for a better video, because I guess if I have a big screen, it tries to upload a big picture. If I have a little screen, it tries to upload a little picture, and that's more manageable on the bandwidth that I have. All right, that's it. Bye. And what else do we have here? That's a hat, Blue Jays hat. Boston won the World Series last night. I'm so disappointed. That's a jacket. It's my lunch bag. Bring my lunch in that. keys that lock a computer. I'll never use the keys. A dead battery, I don't throw them out, I put them in a recycling. Another pen, this one's from ec.europa.eu/epale, which stands for Electronic Platform for Adult Learning in Europe. There you go, more free publicity from a randomly selected pen. All right, that should do us.